हेलो स्टूडेंट, आज हम बात करेंगे चैप्टर 20 स्ट्रगल फॉर इंडिपेंडेंस। आज़ादी के लिए जो स्ट्रगल हुआ है उसके बारे में। द रिवॉल्ट ऑफ 1857 मेड द पीपल ऑफ इंडिया रियलाइज द injustice of British rule and the value of freedom. The growing feeling of nationalism among the Indians made the British worried about their throne out. The unity of Indians brought about various reforms and movements. Let's read about them. Policy of the British and partition of Bengal. Okay, British were worried about the majorities of Indians, so they took all possible measures to suppress this movement, but it bore no result. Finally, they thought of the divided and rule policy between the Hindus and Muslims to begin the freedom movement in 1905. Lord Curzon announced the partition of Bengal. Their aim under this was to make Indians fight among themselves so that they could easily rule. They planned to divide Bengal into two for administrative purposes, one for the Hindus and the other for the Muslims. Lord Curzon, look at here, ये है Lord Curzon. उन्होंने दो पार्टीशन करने के लिए रूल को अंडर these rules was make Indian fight among themselves so that could easy rules, इसीलिए उन्होंने ये किया था. And the Hindus and the others for the Muslims, one for the Hindus and others for the Muslims. The Indians understood the motive of British at which the whole country protested strongly. Thus, the British government had to withdraw the partition in 1911. नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है हमारा द स्वदेशी मूवमेंट. द एंगर इन द पीपल्स गिव राइज टू स्वदेशी मूवमेंट. स्वदेशी मीन्स ऑन कंट्री पीपल प्लेगेड टू यूज गुड्स मेड इन their own country boycotted British courts. The women folk of Indian took active part in Swadeshi movement. They sold their jewelry to open up shops where only Swadeshi goods were sold. They took out large processions for the boycott of British goods and even stopped people from buying them. The students of Bengal took part in this movement very strongly. At this survey, action was taken against them by the British government. The whole country was awakened by this movement. The British tried to ruthlessly put down the movement, but ultimately the British had to accept defeat and abolish the partition of Bengal in 1911. Sorry. नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है हमारा द रेवोल्यूशनरीज, क्रांतिकारी, जो हमारे क्रांतिकारी थे. आफ्टर द पार्टीशन ऑफ बंगाल, सम यंग इंडियंस फॉर्मेड ग्रुप्स टू फाइट अगेंस्ट द ब्रिटिश एंड वेर विलिंग द सैक्रिफाइस देयर लाइफ फॉर द कंट्री. दे वेर कॉल्ड रेवोल्यूशनरीज. इंपॉर्टेंट रेवोल्यूशनरीज वेर औरोबिंदो घोष, वरुण घोष, कुंदीराम बोस एंड उधम सिंह. लुक एट हियर, यहाँ पे फोटो दी गई है कुंदीराम बोस की. ये हमारे क्रांतिकारी हैं जो पार्टीशन हुआ था बंगाल का, उसके लिए इंडियन फॉर्मेट्स ग्रुप टू फाइट अगेंस्ट टू द ब्रिटिश एंड वेर वाइलिंग टू सेक्रीफाइस. इन्होंने बहुत सेक्रीफाइस किए थे. सम इंडियंस इवेंट लेफ्ट द कंट्री टू वेक वार. Madam Kama went to Geneva and published a paper, Vande Mataram. Raja Mahendra Pratap and Maulana Barkhuntullah went to Kabul and lived there to guide the movement against the British. From there, Narendranath Chattopadhyay he formed an association in Brilliant for the sole aim of filling India. Many people of Punjab who had settled in America formed the Ghadar Party to give aid and revolutionaries in India. First World फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वार, पहला युद्ध। वर्ल्ड वार फर्स्ट ब्रोक आउट इन द ईयर्स 1917। पहला वर्ल्ड वार हुआ था, फर्स्ट जो युद्ध था वो हुआ था 1917 में। इंडियंस हेल्पेड द ब्रिटिश एट दिस टाइम ट्रबल। They helped the British with the throat and hoped that they would be granted freedoms. But the British during the period strengthened their hold on India. They made laws to maintain peace while they were being applied very cruelly on the Indian population. नेक्स्ट है हमारा गांधी जी सत्याग्रह। इन 1915 महात्मा गांधी रिटर्नेड टू इंडिया फ्रॉम साउथ अफ्रीका। वो 1915 में साउथ अफ्रीका से रिटर्न हुए थे इंडिया। विथ हिम बिगेन अ न्यू इरा इन द स्ट्रगल फॉर इंडिपेंडेंस। उन्होंने अपना नया स्ट्रगल शुरू किया था इंडिपेंडेंस के लिए, आज़ादी के लिए। गांधी जी ट्रैवल्ड थ्रूआउट इंडिया एंड द टीच द पीपल अबाउट सत्याग्रह विच मेंट द फोर्स ऑफ ट्रूथ एंड नॉन वायोलेंस। He found that Indians were ill-treated by the Britishers, untouchability and many other social evils were prevalent in the society. Gandhi ji united the Indians people all over the country, held meetings and demonstrations against the laws. People were laxly charged and their leaders were jailed in 1919. The British passed new laws called the Revolt Act. Revolt Acts संविधान लागू किया, Revolt Acts. Under these laws they could arrange any without a trial. रोलेट एक्ट का क्या है कि भारत में बढ़ती हुई क्रांतिकारी घटनाओं को दबाने के लिए रोलेट एक्ट लाया गया था। ओके, और जलियांवाला बाग मैसर्स कांड देखते हैं हम। ऑन 13th April 1919 पब्लिक मीटिंग वॉज held in जलियांवाला बाग in अमृतसर. It was attended by about 10,000 men and women and children. जलियांवाला बाग का जो कांड था वो हुआ था 13 अप्रैल 1919 में। एंड उसमें जो लोग थे 10,000 से भी ज्यादा मेन एंड वुमेन, चिल्ड्रंस। जनरल ड्रायर अपरेटेड सडनली with his armed policy force and fried incrementally and innocent empty handed people, leaving hundreds of people dead. बहुत ज़्यादा इनोसेंट लोग जो थे बिना उसके भी वो लोग भी मरे थे, इंक्लूडिंग वुमेन एंड चिल्ड्रंस, ज़्यादातर स्त्री एंड बच्चे थे। व्हाट इज अ सत्याग्रह? ओके, जलियांवाला बाग मेजर्स ये रहा, यहाँ पे जलियांवाला बाग का कांड दिया गया है छोटे से पिक्चर से। लुक एट हियर, किस तरीके से कितने सारे लोग हैं और कितने सारे लोग मरे हैं, इसमें पूरा शो किया गया है, और ज्यादातर स्त्री और बच्चे थे। ओके, है हमारा द नॉन कॉपरेशन मूवमेंट। आफ्टर द फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वार 1914-1918 गांधी जी बिकम द undisputed leader of the Congress. He asked the people of India not to cooperate with the British. Indian government employees registrations lawyers boycotted the courts, and also children were withdrawn from British government schools. With these new leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose and Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad emerged on the scene. Later they advocate the adoption of complete independence as the goal of the national movement. Simon Communications. The Simon Communication was sent to India in 1927 by the British government to suggest for future reforms in the structure of Indian government. The communications did not include any Indian members, and the government showed no intentions of expecting the demand for Swaraj. Therefore, it sparked a wave of protests all over the country. With this, the Congress as well the Muslim language give a call the boycott under the leadership of Lala Lajpat Rai. The crowds were lachi charged, and Lala Lajpat Rai, also called Sher-e-Punjab, Lion of Punjab, died of the blows received, and in executions Bhagat Singh, Ram Prasad Bismil, Rajguru Sukhdev, Chandrasekhar Azad, Afghal Khan, its whereas a new group of revolutionary Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru were arrested on the charge of throwing a bomb in Central Assembly Hall, and which is a new now Lok Sabha in Delhi. They were hanged to death on March 23, 1931. This sacrifice shook the foundation of British rule in India. Look at here, इन्हें फांसी दी गई थी सुखदेव, भगत सिंह एंड राजगुरु. Next is civil distributions movement, Savinya Avedha Andolan. Mahatma Gandhi led to civil distributions movement that was launched in the Congress seasons of December 1929. The aim of this movement was a complete distribution of the order of British government. The British government tried to repress the movement and restored or to brutal firing, killing hundreds of people. Thousands were arrested along with Gandhiji and Jawaharlal Nehru, but the movement spread all over the country. Following this round table conference were arranged by the British, and Gandhiji attended the second round conference at London. But nothing came out of the conference, and the civil distributions movement was received. Quite Indian movement, Bharat Chodo Andolan. In 1942 गांधी started the Quiet Indian movement. गांधी जी ने ये स्टार्ट किया था अगस्त में 1942 में, and decided to launch Do or Die, जी मरो या मारो, called the force of the British to leave India. There were widespread acts of sabotage, and the government held Gandhiji responsibility for this act of violence. However, all the prominent leaders were arrested. The Congress was banned, and the police and army were brought out to suppress the movement. Indian National Army, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was stealthily run away from the British detachments in Calcutta, now Kolkata, reached Japan. There he organized the Indian National Army INA to overthrow the British from India. This army was called Azad Hind Fauj. ये जो आर्मी थी उसे कहते थे आज़ाद हिंद फौज. यहाँ पे नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस की फोटो दी गई है. द सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वार ब्रोक आउट इन सितंबर 1939. दूसरा युद्ध जो हुआ था वो हुआ था सितंबर 1939 विदाउट काउंसलिंग द इंडियन लीडर्स, एंड इंडिया वॉज डिक्लेयर्ड अ वारिंग स्टेट ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ ब्रिटिश बाय द गवर्नर जनरल. सोशल रियलिटी में देखते हैं, गिव मी अ ब्लड एंड आई शैल गिव अ यू फ्रीडम. हमें खून दो, हम तुम्हें आज़ादी देंगे, वॉज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट पॉपुलर स्लोगन गिवन द नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस. ये नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस का ये स्लोगन था कि आप हमें खून दो, हम आपको आज़ादी देंगे. सुभाष चंद्र बोस विथ द हेल्प ऑफ जापान प्रेसिडेंट fighting the British force, they not only freedom Andaman and Nicobar Island from the Britishers but also entered to northeastern border of India. But 1945 Japan was defeated, and Netaji proceeded from Japan through an aeroplane to plane of safety, but met with an accident. He died in their air crash itself. India got हमारा नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है इंडिया गॉट इंडिपेंडेंस. तो काइट इंडिया मूवमेंट एंड इंडियन नेशनल आर्मीज एक्टिविटीज हैड shaken the British government. They realized that Indian world would not be sacrificed without having complete independence. They agreed to free India. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, look at here. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, Lord Mountbatten, the victory of India presented a plan for the division of the India into India and Pakistan. The Indian leaders had a choice but to accept the division as the Muslim language was admitted. Thus, India became free at the stroke midnight on 14th August 1947. Since then, every year India celebrates its Independence Day on 15th August. Jawaharlal Nehru became the first Prime Minister of Free India and continued his term till 1964. Earlier, a Constitutional Assembly was formed in July 1946 to frame the Constitution of India. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected its president. The Constitution of India was adopted by the Constitutional Assembly on 26th November 1949. On 26th January 1950, the Constitution come into force, and this day is celebrated every year Republic Day. 26 जनवरी को हर साल ये दिन मनाया जाता है, रिपब्लिक डे. Now do it. Multiply choice question MCQ. Lord Curzon announced the partition of Bengal in 1905. World War I broke out in the years 1940. Next question है, in August Gandhiji started in Quiet Indian movement. Simon Communications was sent to India 1927. B है fill in the blanks. India people boycotted British goods under the Swadeshi movement. Gandhiji became undisputed leader of the Congress after the First World War. Jallianwala Bagh incident occurred in 13 April 1919. Write the true and false. The Swadeshi movement was started by the British. False. Vande Mataram was a newspaper started Geneva by Madame Kama. True. The First World War started in 1915. False. So the Simon Communication was appointed to make India fire. Short answer question. First है, what was the policy of British? तो आएगा short answer question. What was the policy of British? The Indians understood the motive of the British and at which the whole country presented struggling. And second question है, what do you mean by लाल बाल and पाल? ये next में अपलोड करते हैं. When did the First World War break out? So answer है, First World War break out in year 1917. Okay, 1917 में हुआ. Survey questions. What was the Swadeshi movement? How successful was this movement against British government? So wait, answer is here. The anger in the peoples give rise to the Swadeshi movement. Swadeshi means own country. People pledged to use goods made in their own country and boycotted British good. Look at it. Next question है, who are revolutionaries? What do these peoples believe in? So they were called the revolutionaries. Important revolutionaries were Aurobindo Ghosh, Barun Ghosh, Kundiram Bose and Udham Singh. Question third है, what was the Quiet India movement? In August 1940, Gandhiji started the Quiet India movement and decided to launch Do or Die, called the Front the British to leave India.